Everyone look at the camera?
Everyone look at the camera.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. We ready?
Woo!
Okay. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are continuing the series, All Things Enneagram, by interviewing Grady, a type 6. For those new to my channel, I'm Hillary. I'm a type 9, also known as the Peacemaker. And if you're new to the Enneagram, it's just a personality typology that I use to just bring people together and speak the same language and have more grace for each other. And if you want to know a little bit more about the basics of the Enneagram, I will link that video right here. All right guys, so here's Grady. Grady, tell us a little about yourself.
Totally. Well, my name is Grady,
Yep.
so we'll start there. I'm married to a wonderful wife named Amy.
Yep, she's
and
awesome.
she is great. She's pretty much the daily MVP in our house, just always going above and beyond.
Love that.
Yes, and actually I have a son on the way. He is due February 17th. Benjamin
Yay.
Kingston Pence will be here.
I can't wait to meet him.
Yes, he'll be ready to party. Yeah, and we moved here actually 2 years ago from the summer, so we're kind of getting settled here in Arizona.
Yeah. Wait, where did you move from?
Missouri.
Missouri. I did not know that.
I'm a Midwest boy.
Oh. Do you know we moved here 3 years ago from North Dakota?
Really?
Yeah. Oh,
Wow.
interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
Go Midwest.
Yeah. I'm from California.
I'll still say go Midwest.
Woohoo for him. All right, so the type 6, they're known as the Loyalist, and they are a reflection of God's faithfulness and courage. So 6s are reliable, hardworking, organized, vigilant, faithful, courageous, and loyal. The downside, they could be anxious, they could be doubting, cautious, paranoid at times, and then they could be afraid of being caught off guard. So, yeah. So, and Grady, when you found out you were 6, how did you find out you were 6? And then how did you feel as you read about your type?
Totally. So I found out about the Enneagram through church. Some coworkers had been kind of working through it and learning about it, so I kind of got introduced to it there.
Yeah.
With some friends. So, and actually when I found out about it, it was almost like a relief. I'm really big into personality tests anyways. Figuring out how I function, what makes me tick. And so when I actually kind of read the details of my personality, I was obviously skeptical at first. That is a 6 thing.
Brilliant.
Super skeptical.
Brilliant. Yes, yes it is.
But the more I read it, I was just like, you're skeptical. I was like, yep, already. But just, it really nailed it on the head with pretty much everything that it said. So it was comforting, I guess, was a good word.
Oh, that's amazing. I haven't heard it put like that. That's brilliant. I love it. All right, so the core fears of a 6 are they have a fear of fear itself. They have a fear of maybe being in danger, uncertainty, chaos, not having security, support, and guidance. But then their core desire is security, support, and guidance.
Yep.
How does that play out in your life?
Yeah, totally. It's kind of just like this, just a cycle. Like I'm just constantly seeking something that I need, but then also I'm looking for it. So, yeah, I think I really relate with the security thing, especially from my childhood. I think that's something that's been pretty relevant that I felt like I didn't have. And so definitely like seeking that. And with that kind of comes being vigilant as to like the possibilities of what may go wrong, of how I can then secure my own security, how I secure, just everything that I do and make myself protected, safe.
Yeah.
So
security, support, and guidance is what you desire.
Support and guidance.
But like,
yeah.
are you afraid of fear itself?
It's my biggest thing is like that security.
Yeah.
In pretty much every facet, if I am naturally just thinking about like myself, my family, it's always boiling down to like, are we secure? Do I feel that we're, secured? And like, is that actually a reality? Or if not, how do I get to that point?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good stuff. I love that. All right, Grady. So the wounding childhood message of a 6 is it's not okay to trust yourself. How did that play out in your childhood or even in your adulthood now?
Totally. Yeah, I think that idea of like giving good advice because I've thought about all of the possibilities and I'm giving people the best answer. But then the inner side of me, like, I have so many voices that are thinking about so many different scenarios.
Yes.
That's where I fall into, like, not being able to, like, trust my own opinion because I'm like, oh, I should do this. And then part of me says, well, are you thinking about it from this area? And that, like, literally just, like, the people in my brain are just, like, working overtime to come up with all these, at some points, like, insane ideas or notions of what might happen.
Yes.
So,
very
prevalent in how I go about life.
Yeah. And actually, I've heard this said before, and I totally believe it about a 6. It's like, if there is something, I don't know, say you're on a plane and something happens or something crazy, it's like you want a 6 around you.
Totally.
They have already thought.
Oh.
You know, I'm like, where do we go? What do we do if this happens? You've already went far above that.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, and that comes down to, like, the anxiety of it. So it comes in really handy.
Yes.
But 99% of the time, it's just anxiety ridden and you're just, like, stressing yourself out.
Right.
So it's, like, really tiring being a 6 sometimes.
Yep.
If you don't know what it's like to not be a 6 and that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's tiring because you're thinking about all these, like, again, like, if this plane goes down, what am I going to do? And you're like, well, I'm going to do this, this, and this. And everyone else on the plane is just like, the plane's not going to go down, so, like, I don't need to think about this. So, totally.
Well, I have to say, though, I'm a 9, and I go towards a 6 in stress.
Oh!
So therefore, if I'm on a plane and there's a little bit of rumbling,
you're there.
I'm like, the plane is going down. But unfortunately, I haven't pre-thought out everything. Therefore, I'm just scared, and I'm like, what am I going to do?
My safety is out the door.
My safety's out the door. So that's interesting. All right, so the next thing in a 6 is every number has a deadly sin. Have you heard of that?
Yes.
Okay, and yours is fear.
Makes sense.
But it's the what if,
Totally.
what if, like you were saying earlier.
Totally.
Yeah. So so if that's the deadly sin, what do you do to not go all the way down that way and allow it to consume you and it becomes deadly?
Yeah, honestly, like, that plays a huge role into my relationship with Christ. In the fact that I'm constantly trying to solve my own problems, and trying to maneuver my own will through whatever it is at that time I feel like there's not security in.
Yeah.
Instead of putting, all of my weight and all of my trust fully in Christ, it gets shifted to my own, you know what I mean, what I can do, and then I'm just throttled by how much weight I've taken on with, like, trying to secure whatever it is I'm trying to, feel security in.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I love that. And if you are 6 watching this, like, that was such great advice. And, like, take that to heart that is the way to combat that deadly sin.
Totally.
Go to Christ. It's good. All right. So the next thing is there are wings attached to the numbers in the Enneagram. And so the first one is the 6 wing with a 5. And they are called the defender. They're introverted, intellectual, cautious, focused, they can be paranoid, and they have a heightened anxiety. And then the 6 with the 7 wing is called the buddy. They're extroverted, sociable, can be materialistic, playful, funny, energetic, and they can be impulsive. So which of the two do you go towards?
Sure.
Do you go towards just one? Do you go towards both? And how do you see that in your life?
Yeah, so naturally I kind of go towards the 7 on a very, like, kind of regular basis.
Yeah.
If I'm around friends, just kind of the normal, what I would say, quote unquote, normal Grady would be a wing 7.
Yeah.
If I'm more of an unhealthy 6 that day, I definitely go towards that 5. Just being really skeptical, being paranoid, just not healthy, But naturally I go towards that wing 7. I'm extroverted and have no problem making friends, talking to people. So
you really don't.
Yeah, it's a blessing and a curse.
Yeah, and you're like the worship pastor at a church.
Yeah.
And I mean, extremely extroverted, up on stage every weekend singing, and so I definitely see that 7 wing.
Yes. Yeah, it's definitely definitely a 7 wing for sure.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to talk about the arrows next. And the arrows of a 6 is when they're under stress, they move towards the unhealthy side of a 3. And that means they become competitive, they could be arrogant, They can actually avoid being anxious by staying too busy if they're stressed.
Yeah.
And then if they're growing and they're allowing the Holy Spirit to really enable them to grow, they become more relaxed and optimistic, and they take themselves and life a little less seriously. So, do you see that play out?
Totally, yeah. When I'm stressed, I go to that 3 and I become really on the bad side of achieving driven and like micromanaging. Okay. Because I go from like the buddy to like cool with everyone, and then to 3 and I'm unhealthy, so I'm just like shutting everything else out and I'm just like plowing forward to do whatever I think need to be done. Yeah. So yeah, that's definitely apparent. And then the 9, I have a bunch of friends who are 9s, so I feel like I don't typically, even when I'm healthy, go to a 9, because when I'm with them, they don't want to decide anything anyways. So I'm like, I kind of sit in that 7 or 6. Oof. I sit in that 6 wing 7. Yeah. A little more probably than 9. Yeah. So.
Awesome. Yeah. And I think I just caught this. I don't think I even said it. You go towards a 9. I think I just said the Holy Spirit enables you to go. This is when you know He knows the Enneagram.
I'm just jumping things.
I need...
Oh.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Thank you for covering that for me. I don't think I said the 9, but He knows the Enneagram, so we're good. We're good.
I go to a 9.
Yep. He goes to a 9 in health, so...
Yes.
You go towards me in health, and I go towards you in stress. Alright guys, so I have a little treat for you. Out of all the numbers, the 6 is the only one that has 2 sides. 2 sides to it. There's a counterphobic side and a phobic side. Okay. And the phobic side is like what you would read in all the books. You know, the fear and anxiety and the normal, what seems like a 6. But then there's actually a counterphobic side. And tell me a little bit about that for you, because you are a counterphobic.
Totally, yeah. And so, that's the way a lot of the 6s get put in like this box of like super fearful, super like just scaredy cats, if you will. Yep. And get a little misdiagnosed, if you will, in that sense too. So, being a counterphobic, so when I'm scared of something, like when that fear kind of rises up in me, my natural instinct is to then like conquer it in whatever means possible. And so to step out and like conquer that fear, it's a lot of like stepping out, because naturally that fear like rises up in me more so than maybe other people. So like that's what that counterphobic is all about. It's about like seeing that fear and really taking it head on to like conquer it. Yeah, absolutely. And they say like a lot of those counterphobic 6s, they skydive and they're thrill seekers, right? And so you told me earlier that you have something on your agenda that you want to do that's kind of like a fear of yours. Totally. So I'm not super cool with spiders. I don't like them at all. But like that's been such a thing growing up that like last year or sometime I was just like decided that like I'm gonna conquer it, and whenever the next opportunity to like hold a tarantula or like a big spider in my hand, like I'm gonna do it and just like conquer that fear. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see if I do it.
Yeah, I think you will.
Hopefully.
Because you, like you said, you push through.
It's true.
You're like, I'm not gonna have that fear anymore.
Nope, not today.
Not today. Not today. All right, so with that counterphobic, they tend to be a little rebellious and move towards an 8. While still struggling with anxiety and doubting.
Best of both worlds.
Best of both worlds. How does that play out for you?
Yeah, so, man, it's been described like super great to me this way. And it's like sometimes if I don't want to do something, or I'm honestly like scared of the outcome, fearful, like that's when that rebellion comes in. I'm just like shutting it down, like this is not happening, and I kind of turn to like a cat. That's like... like you backed it against like the corner and it's just like about to lose it. And that's me.
Really?
So, yeah. Especially like when, again, like the biggest things that kind of trigger that are the like someone is not being loyal to me. Like I don't feel a loyalty. Yep. Therefore I don't feel security. And so then I have to like manage my own security through that. Yes. So that's where it gets triggered. Yeah.
That's so interesting. Yeah. I like that. Rebellious.
Yeah.
A little rebellious 6 over here.
There is. Yes.
At times.
We are rebellious.
Yes. I love that. Okay, so what are some ways a 6 can practice self-care?
I think for me is like being very, very intentional with like the days I get off to just kind of like veg. Like I'm not on my phone. I'm not doing anything. Like yesterday or the day before, like I had a day where I just chilled all day. I took like 2 naps, and that's huge for me because I'm always thinking like, all right, like what's the next danger around the corner that like no one is seeing that I need to like figure out before like it's here because no one else sees it. So I think for me, like being quiet, being still in my devotional time or prayer specifically, just to sit and be still and almost not think. Like I kind of tend to go down rabbit trails, or if I do think, like I'm thinking upon like the word and like specific scripture that like is just kind of relevant to me in that season that I'm walking through. So that's probably the way I've learned to take care of myself. I don't do a great job at it at all.
So again, if you're watching year 6, those are great things for self-care.
Totally.
I love it. All right, guys, so the last question. How has the Enneagram helped you?
It's helped me understand myself more and given me the ability to not tend to go towards always being fearful. It's helped me to realize that I try and find my security, so naturally like I need to pivot myself on the foundation of like Christ and find my security, my trust in Him. All of that's there and waiting for me. I just have to like put down my own fear and anxiety to then receive like that security through Christ. So like that's the biggest thing it's done for me, is realize where I tend to go wrong and then give me opportunity to see God through that, like through my just humanity of how I've grown up, what I've experienced. Like it's just shown me such a good, awesome, grace about God that otherwise I probably wouldn't have realized, just because like if you don't know yourself, right, like the way God works in your life and goes out of His way to like care for you, to reach you, is, you'll never know that.
Self-awareness is key.
It's
key, guys. I love it. Well, awesome. This has been so much fun. You are a blast to interview.
Thank you.
And you knowing just as much about the Enneagram as me was amazing. You actually taught me some stuff, so thank you so much.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Alright guys, that's all I have for now. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed getting to know a lot more about a 6 and Grady, and I hope it helps you if you are a 6 or if you know a 6. So take this knowledge and go with it and use it to love others better and more and have grace for each other. So if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also if you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button. Woohoo!
Right there.
Alright, right there. Alright, thanks guys. Bye! Alright. So sorry.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Perfect! No, down a little. I'm so sorry. Okay, it's so perfect, don't move. Arrows. We're on the arrows. Let's see. Okay.
I kind of go down rabbit trails.
I was laughing.
Jumped into...
We did. It was just like,
Y'all ready for
bam,
it?
bam.